Welcome to Eurostop's ES Retail channel, where we discuss some of the issues and challenges facing retailers. Today, I'm joined by Atharva from our flagship office in London and Eurostop's very own AI assistant, ARIA. They'll be discussing artificial intelligence and how retailers can harness the power of this fast-developing technology.
So, Atharva, my first question is, what actually is AI, and why is everyone talking about it now?
Well, ARIA, artificial intelligence is software that can learn from data and make decisions or predictions based on what it has learned, rather than following a fixed set of rules written by a programmer. A key difference from traditional software is that AI improves over time as it sees more data. It is not programmed with every possible answer. It learns what good answers look like from examples. The reason it feels so prominent right now is that several things converged at once. The underlying technology matured significantly over the last decade. Computing power became cheap enough to run AI at scale. And the volume of data that businesses have been accumulating, transaction records, customer history, stock movements, reached a point where AI can extract genuinely useful patterns from it. For retailers specifically, this timing matters. The data you have been collecting through your EPOS and retail management systems for years is exactly the kind of structured, operational data that AI works best with. The technology is ready. The data is ready. The question for most retailers now is not whether to engage with AI, but how.
That makes sense, thanks. And how do you think AI will assist in retail specifically?
The biggest shift AI brings to retail is not automation, it is speed of decision making. Retailers have always had data. What they have lacked is the ability to act on it quickly enough to make a difference. AI closes that gap. A store manager who previously spent an hour pulling reports in the morning can now have a summary waiting in their inbox. A buyer who built purchase orders manually from last season's numbers can instead review a system-generated draft. A loss prevention team that relied on end-of-month audits to catch anomalies can be alerted when a pattern first appears. The areas where AI tends to have the most immediate impact in retail are stock management, customer retention, and operational efficiency. Demand forecasting reduces both stockouts and over-ordering. Personalized outreach drives repeat visits without requiring a large team to manage campaigns manually. Automation at the operational level gives store teams time back each day.
And following on from that, should retailers wait for technology to mature further, or do you think it's important to consider early adoption?
There are two compounding advantages that early adopters gain, which late adopters cannot simply buy their way out of: organizational learning and data maturity. AI systems improve the more they run. A demand forecasting model that has learned through 2 full retail seasons will outperform one that has only seen 3 months of data. A fraud detection system that has built baselines across a year of transaction history is more accurate than one that started last week. The retailers who begin now are building a data advantage over those who wait, and that advantage grows over time, not linearly but exponentially. The second factor is organizational. Teams that have been working alongside AI for a year or two develop a different relationship with it than teams adopting it for the first time. They know how to question its outputs, when to override it, and where it adds the most value. That institutional knowledge is genuinely hard to replicate quickly. There is also a straightforward competitive dimension. AI-enabled retailers can act faster on pricing, on stock, on customers than those doing the same work manually. In a market where margins are under pressure and consumer expectations are high, that speed of decision-making is a real commercial advantage, and it compounds month on month for those who start earlier.
That's really interesting. One last question. What are risks for retailers to be aware of when implementing AI, and how can they be managed?
There are 3 risks worth taking seriously, and all 3 are manageable with the right approach. Data quality. AI learns from your data, so if that data is inconsistent, incomplete, or inaccurate, the AI will produce unreliable outputs. Bad data in, bad data out, but at scale and at speed. Before implementing any AI capability, it is worth auditing the quality of the data it will rely on. This is often the unglamorous but most important step: over-reliance. AI is a decision support tool, not a decision maker. A pricing recommendation from an AI should inform a manager's judgment, not replace it. The retailers who get the most from AI tend to be the ones who treat it as a well-informed colleague rather than an authority. Human oversight remains essential, especially in the early stages. Transparency. If your team does not understand why the AI is making a particular recommendation, they will not trust it and they will not use it effectively. Good AI implementations surface their reasoning in plain language that the store manager can evaluate and push back on if necessary. Opaque AI that produces outputs without explanation creates a dependency problem rather than a capability.
Thanks both. That was really informative. So I guess we have a couple of key takeaways from your discussion. AI is not a new idea. It is a mature technology that has finally become affordable, accessible, and genuinely practical for businesses of all scale. AI does not replace the people running a retail business. It removes the administrative and analytical work that was getting in the way of them focusing on more worthwhile processes. Waiting for AI to become more mainstream before adopting it can leave you on the back foot. By the time the technology feels safe, the window for competitive advantage has already passed. None of these risks are reasons to avoid AI. They are reasons to implement it thoughtfully, with proper data preparation, clear human oversight, and a commitment to transparency in how the system makes its recommendations. If you want to find out more about Eurostop and how we can help to power your operations, we'd love to hear from you.